the start of a brand new Fortnite season, guys, it is finally time that we look at the 25 sweatiest combos Fortnite pros are maining in Season 4. This video is going to include some brand new combos that we have never talked about on the channel before, so make sure you guys watch all the way through, and make sure to hit the like and subscribe button because we're on the road to 500,000 subs. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below who your favorite pro is, but let's just get straight into it. And we are starting off with Travis Scott and Harley Hitter, and there is really only one pro that has made this tryhard, and that is MrSavage. He is still without a doubt one of the best pros we have ever seen in Fortnite. He has made the switch from EU to NA in order to compete for FNCS as well, which is really exciting. I feel like this is a combo that he has been using pretty much since this skin was added to the game. It is one of the best male skins that we do see, and this is really what separates MrSavage apart from a lot of the other pros in the Fortnite community. There aren't really too many pros or streamers that want to use male skins in Fortnite just because they are a little bit bigger than the female skins, so I feel like a lot of people tend to use the female skins, and they are always the more popular ones as well. But seeing a big pro like MrSavage actually using a male skin is probably one of the main reasons why this has been so tryhard to date. Even though he does change around his skins quite a bit, this pickaxe is always the one that he ends up using as well. But let's move forward, guys, to our next combo, and this is Siren, and we're pairing this with the Icebreaker. In the past, we might have paired this with someone like Benji Fishy, but I feel like now in Chapter 5, this is CypherPK's combo at the moment. CypherPK has used a lot of different skins in the past, everything from Manic to his very own Icon Series skin, but I feel like it is worth mentioning the Siren skin in the game at the moment. He has been competing in a lot more tournaments over the last few seasons. That is sort of surprising to me. I didn't expect Cypher to compete in as many tournaments as he has actually been, but Siren always seems to be one of these skins that he does end up using. I feel like if he was going to use his very own Icon Series skin in these big tournaments, it would be very easy to see which player he actually is. So for that reason, he's making sure he stands out as little as possible, and that is by using one of the most popular and tryhard skins we have ever seen, which is Siren. The Icebreaker is one of the best pickaxes we have in the game as well. It was added back during Chapter 1, Season 1, and you can actually pick this up for 500 V-Bucks. Some other items that were added to the game during Chapter 1 though have to be the Skull Trooper, and we are pairing this with the Star Wand. There is only one pro that we need to mention for this, and this is McCreamy. Now, what makes this combo even better is that McCreamy always ends up using the Purple Skull Trooper as well. This is one of the rarest skins we have ever seen in Fortnite, and even though the Skull Trooper does get added to the game all the time, you had to buy this back during Chapter 1, Season 1 in order to actually get the purple variant for this skin. We do also have some really rare pickaxes that were added to the game during Chapter 1, Season 1, but I feel like what is now one of the best pickaxes to pair this with has to be the Star Wand. I mean, the Raider's Revenge just seems to be so rare, and obviously the Star Wand features in the store almost every single week. Let's move on, guys, to our next combo, and this is the Surf Witch, and we're pairing this with the Love Lawn. Now, we have actually seen so many pros and streamers using this, but I feel like we need to mention Halo BT in this video. He has been using the Surf Witch for a really long time, all the way back in Chapter 2, Season 3, I feel like he started to use this skin, and that was when this really was introduced to the game and started to become one of the more tryhard skins. This would have to be one of the best summer update skins we have ever seen as well, and it was really added towards the end of that season, which moved into the Marvel season, so I feel like it has really come full circle now that we are in a complete Marvel season again. This is really exciting though. I really like this skin. I feel like some more edit styles would really help improve this a lot more than what we have with just the 2 edit styles for it now, so hopefully that is something that Fortnite looks at in the future, and maybe some of the other styles we got for Haze could transition across to the Surf Witch as well. We have also seen a lot of other pros using this though, but not too many people have actually been using 11 and the Icebreaker. One pro that has actually been using this though has to be Sway. Now, Sway has used so many different combos in Fortnite, it's hard to keep track of, but I feel like he's really most well known for the Dark Bomber, but he hasn't really used that skin too much lately, and I feel like the skin that he always seems to use now is 11, and we are pairing this with the Icebreaker. We do have a few different variants of 11 now in the game. I feel like the original style with the clothes on is probably the least popular. The test lab edit styles are the more popular ones, and that is what we see Faceway using most often. I really like them a lot. It is probably hard to find a pickaxe that is going to fit in with this perfectly, but I feel like the Icebreaker does a pretty good job, and again, you can pick this up for only 500 V-Bucks. This skin is definitely getting a lot of popularity over the last few weeks though, and another skin that is very similar has to be Catwoman, and we're pairing this with the Icebreaker as well. We do have a lot of pros using this at the moment, but I feel like Frantic was one of the first pros in the world to actually start using this. I feel like she is really helping this stay popular and try hard in Fortnite today. I would love for Fortnite to add this back to the store more often than what they are though. We really haven't seen it featuring in the store that often, and considering how popular it has become, I feel like it definitely deserves to be featuring in the item shop very, very soon. The comic book Catwoman skin is going to be the one that you want to use. We do have another Catwoman skin in the game, which is the Catwoman Zero skin, which was sort of a collaboration between DC and Fortnite, but I feel like the original Catwoman skin or the comic book Catwoman is going to be by far the best one. If you guys are looking for a skin that has been added to the game a lot more recently though, then you need to try out the brand new Adidas skins that got added to the game last season, and we're pairing these with the Scully Scepter. One of the only pros that are still using these skins in Season 4 has to be Noah W Plays. I feel like these were so popular when they first got added, so many people were actually using them as well. It always looked like these super highly customizable skins are going to be some of the best ones that we ever see, but I feel like these especially have died down quite quickly, and maybe that is because they are collab skins. They did have a few issues with them at the start as well, with some edit styles actually getting banned and refunded, but I feel like Fortnite has now fixed a lot of the problems with these skins, and they are really clean. I feel like they could definitely gain some more popularity in the future as well. They never really featured in the store for too long, so if they do in the future, make sure you guys pick up these skins. Let's move on though to a combo that has been a lot more popular for such a long time, and this is the superhero skins. We're pairing this with the Vision pickaxe. This is actually being made by Kanata, and he is one of the best pros in the world, so I feel like we just had to mention him in this video. He has actually been changing around his superhero combo quite a bit. I feel like that is something that we don't really see with too many pros or streamers in Fortnite today. A lot of people do end up using the exact same edit styles, so to see Kanata actually changing around the color styles for the superhero skins, I feel like is a really cool touch. I'm a big fan of these skins. Obviously, they have been some of the best that Fortnite has ever added to the game, and for 1,800 V-Bucks, they are definitely worth buying. We see a lot of people changing around the pickaxes that they do end up using with these skins though to sort of fit in with the color theme of them, so if you guys don't own the Vision, then that is completely fine because you can use these skins with pretty much any pickaxe in your locker. We do also see a lot of pros using these though, so if you want something a little bit more unique, then maybe the Cozy Commander and the Candy Axe might be a better choice. This is actually being mained by Clix, and he's really the only person in the world that is responsible for making these popular and tryhard in Fortnite today. They are some of the more interesting Winterfest skins we have in Fortnite. You could actually pick these up for 800 V-Bucks each. There were 4 different variants of this skin added to the game, and each of these skins has 4 different edit styles, but you really don't need to buy all 4 of them because they do look so similar, so I feel like you can just get one of these, and whichever one you end up using is going to be a really good skin. Obviously, because they are Winterfest skins though, they don't feature in the store too often. It also does make sense to pair this with a Winterfest themed pickaxe, and that is why the Candy Axe is going to be the perfect choice. Clix has actually been using a bunch of different skins and combos over the last few weeks. I feel like he started off using 1 or 2 different combos for months and is now changing around his combo pretty much every single day, which is really exciting to see. Another pro that also does this is going to be using something like Astra, and we're pairing this with the Star Wand. This pro is actually Mongraal, and even though this is one of the more interesting combos we're talking about in this video, Mongraal is still one of the best players in the world, so we just had to include it. Astra is a really unique skin. It has been in the game for such a long time, but never really got the popularity or the recognition that it deserves. I feel like now in Chapter 5, it is starting to become a little bit more popular, and that is all because pros and streamers like Mongraal have started to use it. We do have another skin very similar to this as well, which is Starflare, which in my opinion is a little bit better. I still feel like Astra is going to be the one that you want to end up using though, especially if Mongraal is your favorite pro and you do want to copy his combo. The Star one fits in with the space theme of this. I feel like that is going to be the best pickaxe to match with this skin, but if you have a better one, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. One combo that Mongraal has probably never used though has to be Moonwalker, and we're pairing this with the Harley Hitter. Now this is actually being used by Courage JD over the last few weeks. It sort of started towards the end of Chapter 5 Season 3, and he has been using it here and there in Chapter 5 Season 4 as well. This is such an OG skin. It was only available during the Chapter 1 Season 3 Battle Pass, so you did actually have to be an OG of Fortnite in order to get this. We don't really see too many people using this today just because this is one of those OG skins that is cool to own, but not many people still like the look of it in today's Fortnite, especially with how some of the other skins actually look. I'm still a big fan of it. He doesn't really pair it with an OG pickaxe, but the Harley hitter fits in with the color theme of this and makes it very, very try-hard as well. Since we are on the topic of OG combos though, we need to move on to Codename Elf, and we're pairing this with the Power Slices. Now this has actually been made popular and try-hard by Lachlan, but I'm sure all of you guys already knew that. This is one of the most OG combos we've seen for a really long time. Similar to the Skull Trooper, this was added back during Chapter 1, Season 1, so it is such an OG skin. I really do like this a lot. We don't really see it featuring in the store too often anymore, because even though it was originally part of the item shop, you can now only get this through a bundle. That is a really weird change, one of the weirdest changes Fortnite has done though, but you now have a few different edit styles for this skin, which makes it a little bit better. I'm a big fan of this. I really like these Winterfest skins. Even though Lachlan does have his very own Icon series skin, I feel like he still does change this around quite a bit and use some of the OG skins that we have in Fortnite, and Codename Elf is definitely one of them. That takes us further, guys, to the next combo, and we have to talk about Polo Prodigy, and we're pairing this with the Crowbar. Now this is actually being made popular by Bugha. Bugha has used a bunch of different skins in the past. I feel like every time we do one of these videos, Bugha is using a different skin. I actually kind of like that though. I want pros and streamers to change around their skins quite a bit to use some of the more unique ones that we actually have in the game, and that is why I feel like this is such a good combo to use. The Polo Prodigy is one of the more unique skins we have seen in Fortnite. What is really interesting about this is that even though it was quite tryhard when it first got added, we don't really see a lot of collab skins becoming tryhard after a few years, but that is exactly what happened with the Polo Prodigy. We do have two different styles of this skin as well, a white and red edit style, and then a black, white, and red edit style as well, and that seems to be the one that Bugha is using. The Crowbar as well just makes this combo so much better, but it is really OG because you could only get this by completing challenges back during Chapter 1, Season 5. That takes us further, guys, to our next combo, and this is the Ginger Gunner, and we are pairing this with the Icebreaker. One of the only pros in the world that is actually using this is going to be Blake. I really love this. I feel like this skin is so iconic. It is one of the coolest skins we have seen in a really long time, and it is one of those Winterfest skins that really only features in the store a few times a year as well. What I really love about some of these OG skins is we don't really see too many people using them anymore. I feel like the designs of Fortnite skins have gotten so much better, so it is really obvious when you do use one of these OG skins, but it doesn't necessarily mean they are bad. I feel like Blake makes really good use of this OG skin, and I feel like Blake does change this around and use some of the newer and more modern Fortnite skins that we do actually have. He does of course also use the Icebreaker, which even though is a very iconic and OG pickaxe, I feel like it is still quite relevant in Fortnite today and one of the best pickaxes we've seen in a really long time. One combo that Blake probably hasn't used too much though has to be Nick A30, and we're pairing this with the A Crown pickaxe. There is only one pro in the world that is making this popular and tryhard in Fortnite today, and that is Nick A30 himself. This is the latest skin that we have in the Icon series. This is one of the coolest ones we have seen for a really long time. There are so many different edit styles for this. The pickaxe that came with this was really cool. The emotes were really cool, and I feel like the hype around this skin was just so well done that it has been one of the best Icon series skins we've seen in a really long time. I love this a lot. We probably don't see the popularity for the Icon series skins that we used to see a few seasons ago. I feel like they have dropped off quite a bit, and that is really only for the content creators that we do have in Fortnite. I feel like for all of the other Icon series skins that are musicians or actors like Travis Scott, they do end up becoming quite popular and tryhard, but for some reason the content creators never really reached that popularity. This is still a really cool combo though, and I feel like Nick A30 is one of the only pros still using his Icon series skin in the game today. We need to move on, guys, and next up we have Focus, and we're pairing this with the Candy Axe. This is actually being made by Moneymaker in Chapter 5 Season 4. He has been using this skin quite a bit. It used to be one of the more popular skins that we saw during Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, especially among controller players. This was probably one of the more interesting skins because I feel like it was known as a controller only skin for a really long time. That has now changed, and we do have two different styles for the skin now in the game. I do like it a lot though. I feel like it is one of the more unique skins we have seen in Fortnite. Never really got the popularity that it deserved, apart from in the competitive game modes and tournaments where it seems like every single person uses this. Moneymaker is just one of the only pros using this skin today, so if you guys know anyone else using it, then make sure to let me know in the comments down below. But next up, we need to move on to an even more unique skin, and this is Mary Jane Watson. We're pairing this with the Scully Scepter. This is actually being mained by Somerset at the moment. moment, and even though this might not be a skin that she mains all the time, it is definitely one that she has been using a few times in tournaments over Chapter 5 Season 3 and now in Season 4 as well. I really like it a lot. This is one of the more underrated Marvel skins we have ever seen. We haven't really seen too many Marvel skins staying popular or tryhard, but that might now change this season. I feel like this is also one Marvel skin that a lot of people forgot even existed, which just makes it even better. There just aren't really too many amazing Marvel pickaxes to pair with this, which is why I feel like Somerset has actually ended up being using the Scully Scepter, but let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Let's move on guys to our next combo, and this is the Sand Shark Driver, and we're pairing this with the Driver Pickaxe. This is actually Peterbot's main combo. Peterbot was one of the best players last season. He placed really well in tournaments and FNCS as well, and he's using one of the more unique skins, and that is the Sand Shark Driver. We don't really see too many people using this skin. It is just so unique and so different to everything else we've seen before in Fortnite. I feel like if the Sand Shark Driver was one of the more popular and iconic skins, then maybe Peterbot wouldn't be using it, but the fact that it has such a clean design and is one of the most underrated skins we have in the game is probably why it looks so sick when Peterbot does actually use it. This doesn't really feature in the store too often though, so if you are hoping to buy this the next time it is in the shop, you might have to wait a little while, but the Driver Pickaxe does seem to return like every 2 weeks, which is just so crazy. Let's move on guys to another combo that Peterbot has been using in the past, and this is Ekko, and we're going to be pairing this with the Studded Axe. This is actually being mained by Reed at the moment. Reed again is one of the best controller players in the world. He has actually been one of the biggest pros and streamers using the Focus skin as well, but I feel like lately one of the skins that he has actually started to use is Ekko. This is a really clean skin. It is one of my favorite ones we have seen in the game for a really long time as well. I cannot believe how good this skin is going to be in the future. I just feel like we will get even more edit styles for it, even though we already have so many different styles. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. I feel like a lot of people would have ended up preferring to use this with something like the Star Wand as well, but that is just me, and since this skin is a little bit old now, if you guys want to use one of the newer skins, then I highly recommend using Deadpool with Deadpool's katanas. One pro that has actually been using this in Chapter 5 Season 4 has to be Typical Gamer. Now, Typical Gamer is one of the hardest pros to actually figure out what his main skin or main combo actually is, because it changes almost every single day. I feel like he uses every single skin that gets added to the game. He probably has a locker worth over $50,000 as well, which is just insane. So obviously he has also been using all of the brand new Battle Pass skins that were added to the game this season. I feel like Deadpool though was one skin that he was using a bunch towards the end of Season 3 and has been using in Season 4, so we just had to mention this. Let's move on though guys, and next up we have Dagobah Luke, and we're pairing this with Yoda's Kane. Now this has actually been made popular and tryhard by MrSavage. Now we have already talked about MrSavage in this video, so he is actually doubling up, but I feel like that is what makes MrSavage so iconic in the Fortnite community, and this also proves that he does predominantly use male skins as well, more than any other pro we probably have in the game at the moment. I really love this a lot. Dagobah Luke was one of the more underrated Star Wars skins we've seen in a really long time, so I'm glad this was added to the game, and I'm glad that a lot of pros and streamers have been using it as well. The only downside to this is we haven't really had too many Star Wars pickaxes that are going to fit in well with this, but I feel like Yoda's Kane is one of the best ones we have actually seen, and that is what MrSavage is using with this skin. Let's move on guys to another combo that MrSavage probably won't be using too much, and this is going to be the Paw Patroller, and we are pairing this with the Candy Axe. This combo is actually being mained by Vino. He is one of the only pros in the world still using this combo. I feel like we have seen a lot of pros and streamers over the last few years using it, but they never really used it for long enough for it to become their main combo, but Vino is definitely one of the only pros in the world still using this on a pretty consistent basis. I feel like he does change around his skins quite a bit, especially when he does play with Clix. They always use some of the weirdest and random skins as well, but I really like the Paw Patroller. The Candy Axe probably doesn't fit in with this perfectly. I feel like the Driver might honestly be a better match for it, but still this combo is so good. We just had to mention it on this list. I feel like we could also see more edit styles for this being added very soon, which would honestly just make this skin even better. That takes us forward guys to our next combo, and this is Beyo Bandit, and we're pairing this with the Star Wand. Now this has been mained by the one and only Mongraal. This is probably the combo that he is most known for, and I don't think that he's going to be changing anytime soon. He is one of the best pros and streamers we have ever seen. He is just one of the most amazing players in the world and has been so popular for such a long time. I feel like the only downside downside for this skin is that the Beyo Bandit doesn't really feature in the store too often. We've really only seen this featuring back during Chapter 1, Season 10. I feel like a lot of people thought this might return when the Borderlands movie gets released, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. The Star 1 probably isn't the best pickaxe for this either. There are definitely some other pickaxes like the Leviathan Axe that I feel like might be a little bit better, but we're just gonna have to wait and see because again, that pickaxe has only featured in the item shop once. Let's move on, guys, to our next combo, and this is ISO, and we are pairing this with the Axe of Champions 2.0. Now, this is actually a combo that Bugha has mained in the past. Bugha has actually started to use some of the more brightly colored skins we've seen in Fortnite, and that is really cool to see because I feel like a lot of pros and streamers do end up using some of the more simplistic skins that we have in the game. I love this a lot though. ISO is one of the brightest skins we have ever seen. Hardly anyone has been using this before, so it is really exciting to see a big European pro starting to use it, and the Axe of Champions is just a huge flex. This obviously isn't a pickaxe that everyone is going to be able to use because of how rare it actually is, so I feel like the Lovelorn, the Star Wand, or even the Leviathan Axe are going to be perfect replacements. But that takes us to the number 1 position, guys, and we have to include Champion Sparkplug, and we're pairing this with the Gold Crow. Now, this has actually been used a lot by Clix in Chapter 5, Season 3, and now in Season 4 as well. This was the FNCS skin that we got added towards the end of Season 3 to celebrate FNCS. These actually used to be season exclusive skins, so chances are this won't return in the future, but I feel like Fortnite have actually changed this around a little bit because we did get a lot of the older FNCS skins added back to the game last season, so hopefully if you guys did miss out on buying Champion Sparkplug, you will be able to get it again in the future. Obviously, Clix has been a big fan of the original Sparkplug skin. That is the skin that features in his very own locker bundle as well, but now that he does actually have Champion Sparkplug, I feel like this is just a lot newer, and the one that he does enjoy using a little bit more. The Gold Crow fits in with it perfectly, and in my opinion, this is the best combo that Clix has been using. But there you guys go, that is my list for the 25 sweatiest combos Fortnite pros use. Make sure to let me know which one is your favorite in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.